Hey everybody, Alex Kozora, SteelersDepot.com, doing our weekly Talk to the Tape segment. Our video today is on, I think, a well-deserved praise video and kind of a breakdown of his great game. Jesse James against the Baltimore Ravens, game of his life, 10 catches, 97 yards, couple of big plays in the big come-from-behind victory over the Ravens Sunday night. So we have 4 plays of his that we're going to go through today, all positive, all in the pass game. And, I think the last time we did a video on Jesse James for our Talk to the Tape, it was with his run blocking. I think it was against the Bills last year. We're going to go the opposite today and look at him as a receiver. So we're jumping right in, as you can tell right now. First play here, 9 minutes left in the first quarter. I don't know if it captures it perfectly here because he kind of comes off screen, but a little, I don't know, what is that, 5-yard curl here, but he gets covered up by C.J. Mosley in man coverage, or at least zone that becomes man. And so the rules are, if you're going to be covered up by a defender, whether that's man or a matchup zone, you're going to run away from color. You're going to run away from the defender. And that's what James is able to do there. Recognizes it's man, runs away, creates space, Mosley slips, and it's a solid gain for Jesse James. We'll look at it from the aerial view. Same thing. Again, just finding grass, finding space, working yourself open, getting in the vision of the quarterback. Ben makes a throw, makes a play. And I believe they pick up a first down on this reception. So we'll go through it one more time. Again, kind of simple stuff, but it's a good play. Recognizing what the coverage is, working to get yourself open immediately, and then getting upfield, converting, and making the play. Next one, we're going to go into the second quarter. I think it's the first play of the Steelers' 2-minute drill. Yeah, it is. Right after this is a 17-14 game, so Ravens, working their way back into it. Steelers able to get some points right before the half. Obviously, the Ravens came back and took at one time a commanding-looking lead, and Steelers had to march their way back. But this gave the Steelers some points before the half. Play I'm sure you've seen a lot of times before. It's their fake bubble screen. Fake the bubble to the receiver, Martavis Bryant at the bottom of your screen, and then try to get everyone sucked up and hit the seam downfield. This play's worked a million times. It's one of Haley Staples. Think Ladarius Green last year against the Giants. Think Jericho Cotchery several years ago against the Lions. I mean, we could do 10 plays of this, of them being very successful. Credit to the Ravens here. They don't get as suckered in on the bubble as other teams have. A bit of a tight window here. James ends up making the catch. You get a better look from the end zone view here in a second. Getting lined up here. Can fake the bubble. Get downfield. Linebacker makes this a tight throw. It's not as wide open as you'd like it to be, but a good adjustment to the football for Jesse James. And then gets up, puts the ball down, and Steelers keep going. Let me run that thing back. And that's what helped get the Steelers started on this drive. Boswell kicks the field goal at the end of the half. Steelers go up 20-14, and obviously those were points that were needed in a crazy shootout game, 39-38 against the Ravens. Look at it one more time from the end zone view. Again, just a good adjustment to the football. Not everything's going to be as open as you'd like it to be, as you scheme it to be, as it's been in the past. And James is able to adjust, I think, well and make the play. Again, nice adjustment, tough, catch in traffic, and they move on. All right, we're going to jump now to the fourth quarter. See what play I want. Right here, early fourth. This might be his best catch of the day, or at least probably this one. The next one I'd probably say are his 2 best. Here's James running this little nod route where you're going to fake a quick out and get upfield down the seam. Gets called for holding. The Ravens do on this play. I think it was Mosley again, which is obviously one of the better off-ball linebackers in the league. You're going to run a little out and up. Good throw from Ben. The safety coming down. It's is that Weddle? I think that's Eric Weddle. Again, a really good safety. Just make it a tough catch in traffic. And, when I talk about what Jesse James has to do well to be a successful tight end, it's not you're not going to expect 10 catches for 97 yards in every single game. I mean, that's kind of an outlier, and once Juju comes back, you're not going to expect stats like that again. But for me, I think Jesse James has a successful game in basically three ways: good blocking, which is kind of an easy catch-all statement, but good blocker, making either or a red zone catch or a third down catch, and I think he kind of got everything here. Here's a tough red zone combative catch. Being able to, I think this moves the sticks as well. That's Eric Weddle, a really good safety. Comes down, lays a good shot on him, which was not called, by the way, on the play. That's the holding that draws the flag. And James is able to hold on. We saw him, remember him in training camp. He was really struggling to make combative catches. They would run their 7 shots. He had several drops and several plays where he just couldn't finish and, missed opportunities. And I think throughout the year, you go back to the start of the year, he's been able to make some of those tough catches in traffic in their red zone. Most of week 1 against Cleveland, I think, right? He had the 2 touchdowns, and that got him off to a good start. Kind of went quiet from there. But that's all he has to do. If you give me, he could have a good game with 2 catches for 20 yards. If they both come on third down, or one comes in the red zone, or one comes in the end zone, whatever, that to me is a strong performance by Jesse James. He's going to be a situational guy because he doesn't have to be a volume guy, because he's not AB, he's not, what Martavis Bryant is supposed to be, or what Juju Smith-Schuster has been, or even a Le'Veon Bell. He's only going to get on a normal game maybe 4 to 5 targets, but it's about making those opportunities count and doing things situationally that's going to help the team continue to be efficient and move the ball and either put points on the board or get them in a position where they can put points on the board. So I think I showed that one enough times. We'll go to our final one. I think a little bit shorter of a video, but that's okay. They don't all have to be a million minutes long like I like to make them. This might be, again, I think Dave talked about it. It's a really important play to highlight. 3rd and 13. The Steelers' final drive on their go-ahead field goal. If they don't get this, you're faced with 4th and 13 with 3 timeouts. With under the 2-minute warning, do you punt and hope your defense gets a stop? Do you go for it? You got tough decisions, none of them good. But Jesse James makes it all a moot point by, again, this tough catch, adjusting to it over the middle, just running down the seam between the linebackers. There's a window there, but it's going to be tight. Having to adjust. Let me get this out of the way. Adjust to the football. You got the safety coming down to crunch him. You get popped by both guys. I think that's what Judon and Jefferson, or whoever the safety is there. And James makes one heck of a catch. Combative catch, traffic catch, 3rd down, a lot on the line, of course, like I just mentioned, end of the game. And James makes a heck of a play, drives live. There's no 4th down decision that has to be made. If he doesn't make this play, the Steelers' chances of winning, it's pretty slim. Because, again, either you go for it on 4th and 13, and you know the odds of that low, or you punt it, and you hope your defense has to make another stop, which obviously didn't happen too often Sunday night. And, they just made already, 1 or 2 stops, and asking for a third, with the way the Ravens were running the football, was going to be asking a lot. And even if, hypothetically, the Steelers defense does get a stop, you get the ball back with, a minute and a half left. Sam Cook, the Ravens punter, is really good. Steelers going to be punting out of their own end zone pretty much. So, best case scenario, you have like a minute and a half left, no timeouts, and you're working at your own 15, and it could be a lot worse than that. So heck of a combative catch by Jesse James. He will adjust to the football. Just make that tough catch in traffic. And we saw that repeatedly from him. I showed you the other plays. I think he's shown it throughout the year. Again, I get off to a really bad start in training camp where, that's, I think, one of the reasons and definitely a catalyst for why Vance McDonald was brought in. But James, when his number's been called upon, stepped up. And again, that Ravens game was super important because without Juju Smith-Schuster, you lost that middle-of-the-field presence. That's been the big thing for Juju. Because he's that guy that can work the middle of the field. So if teams want to run, 2 high safety looks, try to bracket AB, take away the vertical shots down the sidelines, you can go to Juju one-on-one over the middle. Think about the Lions game, that 97-yard touchdown. One-on-one with the slot corner, he beats him, and it's a touchdown. We're off to the races. So, you needed that guy to step up without having Juju in this game. And I thought Jesse James did a nice job of that, especially. That's why we highlighted him. Vance McDonald, when he was healthy, also did a good job, and Eli Rogers made some critical plays, which was really nice to see. He had 3 catches, 2 of them came on 3rd downs. I think one was a 3rd and 15 he picked up 16 on. So he made some critical plays as well. So I thought all three guys stepped up to make those tough catches over the middle to move the sticks. And that was really key. I think combined they had 3 third-down receptions. Jesse had the 1, Eli had 2, and Vance didn't have any on third down, but a couple other nice plays that gained a good chunk of yards. So, I know we've been kind of critical of Jesse James. I think rightfully so. I've been pretty consistent with my stance on him. What he does well, what he doesn't do well, and how my definition of success is what it is for Jesse James. It's not going to be Gronkowski. It's not going to be Ladarius Green. It's not even going to be Heath Miller. But if you do the situational things well, I think that makes you an asset. And I thought in this game, was kind of the blueprint of what is a good game for Jesse James. And again, it doesn't always have to be 10 catches for 97 yards. I only showed 4 plays there. I think if you get those kind of plays every game, regardless of how the final box score looks, you had a really good game. I didn't really show a lot in the blocking because honestly they didn't ask me to do much. I tried to find a clip of him in pass protection because I do it pretty often with tight ends in Pittsburgh, and I think I only found 1, and there wasn't really a whole lot going on. So, obviously you throw the ball 66 times. James had a lot of opportunities, and they used them in the route tree essentially every play. Not a whole lot in the run game. They kind of ran away from him some. I don't know if that's by design or not, but also Pittsburgh didn't run the ball a ton either because of game situation, success throwing the football, yada yada. But it's nice to talk about the passing game with Jesse James because usually we talk about the nitty-gritty, which I think is an underrated aspect of his game and just an underrated aspect of what Steelers tight ends have to do. But I lost my train of thought. I tried to finish the video strong. I failed. But, I thought it was nice to be able to look at what Jesse did well in the passing game. And if that continues, even on a scaled-back level, like I said, a 2 for 20 game, a 3 for 35, whatever, if you do well situationally, you have an asset and another weapon for the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. So I'll wrap this video up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment on your thoughts on Jesse James below, whether you're watching on YouTube, Steelers Depot, or if you're seeing this on Twitter, follow me at Alex_Kozora. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.